Okay guys, today we're going to talk about liver pudding, or as they call it down here, liver mush. It's controversial, I know, but delicious, still the same. There's two different names. First, there's liver mush, and there's liver pudding. Liver pudding is finer and more smooth than liver mush. Liver mush is more grainy. Both taste good. We've had to buy both because of the difficulty in getting the materials for our groceries. So we tried lots of different kinds during this time at home and decided that we like both. Still prefer Nisa's, it's my favorite, it's what I grew up on. But Max and Jenkins I've tried, and we like both. Now let's talk cuts. So Jason grew up with liver pudding being cut really, really thin. He likes it really crispy and really thin, almost eating like a cracker. I grew up with it cut a little bit more thick and not even cooked as crispy as Jason typically likes. So when I do it, I win Jonas over to my side. I usually cut thick for me and Jonas, and thin for Jason, and Abram eats whatever. He doesn't really love it, but he will eat it. Now let's talk different cooking styles. So first, let's do Jason's. Jason likes really, really crispy. So you turn your pan on medium-low heat. I have a gas burner, so you're going to have to adjust. And then add butter to the pan. Liver pudding is not very greasy, so you need to add butter so that it's crisp and that it doesn't stick. You're going to put the liver pudding in the pan without it being too close because you don't want it to stick together. It will tend to stick if you have it touching, so keep them separate, a little space in between. And then leave it alone. You really need to leave this style alone. It's so thin, if you try to mess with it, it's going to break. Typically, if you look at the bottom edge, the edge closest to the pan, you can see if it's starting to get crispy or not. After about 4 minutes, I flip them over. Jason likes it really crunchy, so flip it and leave it. Cook for about 3 to 4 more minutes. Try to leave it alone. I moved it around a little bit, but try to leave it alone. And then I typically flip it to make sure that it's crispy on both sides before I take it out. I take it out of the pan, and then let's go to mine and Jonas's style. We're going to add another tablespoon of butter, put the liver pudding in, but this time leave space again. Don't make sure it's not touching. Jonas doesn't like it so crunchy, so he likes it thicker. You're going to cook for about 3 minutes. Flip it over, and this is more about how my family would make it. My daddy makes it like this. I usually flip it one more time just to make sure that there's crust on both sides, and then take it out of the pan. So on Jonas's sandwich, he likes mayonnaise. In our house, we only have one kind of mayonnaise, and that's Duke's. Jason's not willing to concede. Let's make the sandwich. 2 pieces of bread, like soft white bread, or potato bread's really good too. Put mayonnaise both sides for Jonas and Jason, and then layer your liver pudding on there. Cut it in half, let it cool down. It does hold heat for a while, and then you get to make the kid happy.
Is this my spot?
Yes, that's your spot. What do you think, Joe?